Out of the northern mists, they came in dragon-headed ships, a storm of axes and fury that plunged Europe into an age of terror. They were raiders, pirates, and warriors who served pagan gods. They were the Vikings, but they were not just mindless destroyers. They were the most ambitious sailors, traders, and explorers of their time, who remapped the world from Russia to America. This is the story of the Northmen. This is the full story of the Viking Age in 3 minutes. Our story begins in 793 AD with a lightning raid on the holy monastery of Lindisfarne in England. The attack was so brutal it sent a shockwave of fear across Christendom. The Viking Age had begun. Fueled by overpopulation and ambition, Scandinavian raiders used their ultimate technology, the longship. A masterpiece of naval engineering, it was fast, durable, and had a shallow draft, allowing it to strike anywhere, from coastal cities to deep inland rivers. For a century, their strategy was hit-and-run terror, sacking the wealthy, undefended monasteries and towns of England, Ireland, and France. But the Vikings were not just destroyers. As they traveled, they became master traders. They founded cities like Dublin in Ireland and followed the rivers of Russia deep into the east, where they became known as the Rus. Their trade routes stretched all the way to Constantinople, where the elite Vikings served as the emperor's personal bodyguards, the legendary Varangian Guard. They were also the greatest explorers of their age. They colonized the uninhabited islands of Iceland and Greenland, and around the year 1000, 5 centuries before Columbus, the Viking explorer Leif Erikson landed in North America, becoming the first European to set foot on the New World. But the age of the Sea Kings could not last forever. As the Vikings settled in foreign lands like England and France, they began to adopt new customs and a new faith: Christianity. The warrior ethos of Odin and Thor was gradually replaced. At the same time, the kingdoms of Europe grew stronger, building castles and fielding professional armies that could finally stand against the Viking charge. The end of the Viking Age is traditionally marked by a single epic battle in 1066, the Battle of Stamford Bridge, where the last great Viking invasion of England was decisively crushed. The world had changed. The Vikings had become the kings and knights of medieval Europe. For 300 years, the Vikings were the defining force of their era. They were raiders who brought terror, but also traders and explorers who forged new nations and connected the world. They left their mark in the laws, language, and even the DNA of nations from Britain to Russia. The final act of the Viking Age would be performed by their descendants. Just weeks after the Battle of Stamford Bridge, the Duke of Normandy, a man of Viking blood, would invade England and change the course of history forever.